If we all have a culture, then I have a culture, you have a culture. Do you know what your culture is?
Remember to follow me on Instagram at savvyshay_tt. Subscribe, comment, and like.
Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Shay. Today's lesson is all about culture. Culture is popularly described as the way of life of a people that is shared and transmitted from one generation to another. The concept of culture. It involves the learning of beliefs, traditions, techniques, and behaviors that are passed on from generation to generation. Understanding the concept of culture. Culture involves the learning of ideas, customs, techniques, and habits that are passed on from generation to generation. These ideas, customs, techniques, and habits were put in place by the people of a particular society as solutions to problems that they faced. It is a form of social heritage. This definition of culture suggests that children are not born with a culture, but rather they acquire the culture of their society through the socialization process. The following are key characteristics of culture. Culture is learnt. Culture can be learnt directly through observation and imitation. This shows that culture is dynamic and is subject to change. Culture is shared. This suggests that culture is not unique to any one individual, but is common to all members of society. For example, most Caribbean countries celebrate culture and share a passion for the game of cricket. Culture is symbolic. Every society has symbols that hold special meanings to its members. The same symbol might not have the same meaning to people in a different culture. For example, to the Rastafarians, a picture of Haile Selassie has religious meaning. To non-Rastafarians, Haile Selassie was just another head of state. Culture is adaptive. Culture develops across time and space because as humans adapt to their physical and social environment, they come up with cultural solutions to overcome the challenges they faced. In some instances, individuals go through a process of relearning a culture so that they can fit into a new environment. Culture is a strong part of people's lives because it influences their traditions, their behaviors, and their customs. Now I will explain the functions of culture. Culture enables us to communicate with others through language. Language allows humans to create meanings and make sense of the world. Culture makes it possible to anticipate how others in our society are likely to respond to our actions. Culture gives us standards for distinguishing between what is right and what is wrong. Culture provides methods for training children to behave, and this process is known as socialization. Culture provides the knowledge and skills necessary for meeting needs. Elements of culture. There are various components of culture. For the purpose of this lesson, I will speak about 4 types: symbols, language, values, and norms. Symbols may take the form of structure, gestures, and these are, for example, your hand movements, material possessions such as a vehicle, food such as saltfish, roti, clothing, and examples of this are vibrant African colors and saris. Language. Language can be defined as a set of symbols that express ideas and allow people to think and communicate with each other. Language can be verbal or non-verbal. In the Caribbean, because of the region's complex history, one's language can be identified with one's culture. Through the mixing of the cultures, a Creole language has developed, with each Caribbean island having its own Creole dialect. Values. Values provide us with a general understanding of what is desirable or worthwhile. They set the standards of a given society. Values influence our social conduct and how we go about our daily lives. For example, in the Caribbean, having a secondary education is highly valued by all members of society. Norms. Norms are the rules that govern social action. They determine all the behaviors that the majority of people in society consider to be proper, right, and customary. Norms ensure that all forms of behavior are standardized in society. Working hard at your job and giving respect to other people are seen as expected, normalized behavioral patterns. Culture influencers are everywhere. They can either be an artist, descendant, family member, or anyone who has a deep understanding of the way people relate to each other and how their values contribute to their way of life. Their aim is to make culture more accessible to all. There are possible cultural differences. These may include, but are not limited to, the language spoken, work ethic, nonverbal behavior, race, gender, religious practices, customs, personal grooming. Thank you so very much for watching, and do remember that every day you learn, you grow. So keep learning and you'll keep growing. Bye for now.